Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Priscilla and I hope your day is as sweet as you. So today we're building Rosa, which is a autumn inspired family house. I honestly didn't know what I was doing with this house. I just felt like, I want to do something autumn. Usually when I make houses, that's just how it goes. I don't start out with a plan. I don't start out with knowing what it's going to look like or anything. I'll start off with one idea. That idea might be, I want a river, or like I said, I want something autumn themed. So today, it was autumn themed. Thank you for putting up with me, because tomorrow is probably going to be something completely different. Because I've been going through this like fairy tale phase, so I don't know. We might do a castle tomorrow. I have no idea. But for right now, it is autumn. I'm feeling this. I want to do, I think, a whole neighborhood. A neighborhood is like 3-4 houses to me of the same style house, just different layouts, different lots. So I think I'm gonna do 2 20 by 15s, one 30 by 20, which is this is the 30 by 20, and one 40 by 30, just so there's more variety. Or I might do, I don't know, 2 20 by 15s and 2 30 by 20s, because those are the most popular, but we're gonna work on that. Right now we're working on Rosa. Rosa is so beautiful, and if you guys don't know, also the way I name my houses, I go by alphabetical order, so there was no specific reason I chose Rosa. It just started with an R, so I'm sorry if you heard that. There's a phone going off in the background, but yeah. So the layout for this house, I think I want to say there's 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and 3 bathrooms. It's one of those. I recorded this video 2 days ago, I think, and I built a lot, so my memory is a little hazy, but I guess we'll talk about it when we get there. Let's talk about the outside right now. I've been in love with vines, which is also part of the little fairy tale inspiration that I had. I don't know, ever since these vines came out, I've just been in love with them. I try to use them anytime I can, especially the hanging plants from Snowy Escape. I love those vines so much. And it's always the debug vines. For some reason, debug vines have my heart. So we're gonna use them in everything. Oh, and the vine curtains from Blooming Rooms kit. I use them in literally everything now, especially my fairy tale builds. Because I built I think I built a fairy kitchen the other day and posted it on Facebook, and it went crazy. I'm in love with it, and I think the thing that tied it all together was the curtains from Blooming Rooms kit. So we're gonna keep using those until we get tired of them. I know y'all are probably already tired of them, but I'm not, so bear with me. The outside of this house came together pretty fast. Like I said, I had no idea where I was going with it. I don't go in with the layout scheme or anything. I don't get inspiration most of the time. I just start off with an idea and I run with it. So you see me trying to piece something together. I was just trying to utilize the whole lot, because instead of being a long lot like we usually have, it's a wide lot. So that was a little different for me for a 30 by 20, because I don't usually do those. So I'm used to taking up the whole front of the lot and having the back as a backyard, but as you can see so far, we don't have a backyard. We're not gonna have a backyard, just so y'all know. It's going to be a side yard, and we're going to try to do something with it. I had no idea what we were going to do with it, but we filled it out. We'll make it work. Now I'm just doing the back side of the house. This is how I build my houses. I build front first. For some reason, it always works out that way. I don't know why. I want the front to look beautiful, so that's what I start with. Everything else just falls into place afterwards, and I'll deal with it when we come to it. But the front has to look beautiful. I also use the dormers from, I want to say that's Discover University, which I don't use. I don't use at all. But I think for this house, they worked super well, honestly, if I do say so myself. And I try to do something different with the roofing in the front. If you can see, it's like a little curved roof for the front porch. I think honestly that's my favorite part of this house. Like I could say it's the color scheme, because I love the color scheme. Autumn is my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite season. I might be biased because my birthday is in October, so autumn means October to me, which also ties into free candy from Halloween. As I might be biased, but I love this color theme. I love autumn. So this house just spoke to me on a personal level. So I do love that. I love the brick, but I think my favorite thing is the roofing. Like, I know a lot of people have a problem with roofing, but I really don't. I don't know. It just comes to me, and I feel like doing curved roofs today. I've been doing that for a few years, and I haven't used it for a few years because I've only been playing Sims for like 3 years, and I haven't done curved roofs like that in 2 years. I just came off a 1-year hiatus in November. It's February now. We're still trying to get back right with everything. I think what's helped me most since I've been back, honestly, is seeing other people's builds on Instagram. If you are not following me on Instagram, you definitely should, because I live my life on there. If you're not on Instagram, I know you probably have a Facebook. I'm also on Facebook a lot. I'm a moderator in the Sims 4 Builders Plus group. If you guys have not seen it, you definitely should. We are at 80,000 plus members. I just became a mod in there. The people are so sweet. The admin is so wonderful. The co-admin is also so wonderful. I love them so much. They're so supportive of everything, including my YouTube channel. So if you guys aren't in there, you should definitely join. It's a very good community. But enough of that. As you can see, we just made the side yard. I'm sorry for the shameless self promo. Well, I guess it's not self because it's not my group, but still it's promo because that's my group. I love it. But yes, we're at the side yard. It's a small side yard. Like I said, we're just trying to make it work. I just need to utilize the rest of the lot. So we're going to put something in there. I don't know. It's going to be a garden. I think we ended up making a garden and a little pond because for some reason I need ponds. Or did I take the pond out? I don't remember. I might have taken the pond out because it didn't really fit. Like, there was no reason to have a pond there. But I was trying to make it fit anyway. But yeah, I think I like the little side yard. As long as there's a yard somewhere, because, in reality, people need yards. People have dogs. People have kids. So I'm happy that we added it anyway. Even if it doesn't really go the way I want it to. If that makes sense. But I think it fit, honestly. I think the other thing that also fit was this orange truck. I couldn't tell what car I wanted to be in this house, but I knew I wanted it to be a truck. I just didn't know if I wanted the black truck. I didn't know if I wanted the orange truck. I didn't know. The gray one that looks like super upscale, I almost did that one. But I think the orange goes with the autumn theme because orange says autumn to me. Just like burgundy. Burgundy screams autumn to me. You can wear it any time of the year. You can use it any time of the year, but it says autumn to me. Even if the season isn't autumn in Sims. And you know what? As much as I like autumn in Sims, I really don't. I don't like it in Sims. Like, I love how all the trees are orange and red and all of that, but for some reason my favorite season in Sims is winter. And it's crazy because like everything is all white. You can't see the roofs. You can't really tell the colors of things specifically. But it looks so good to me, like right after it snows. So I think I'm going to do some builds in winter also. But for right now, we're still stuck in autumn. I've gotten a lot of questions also about the way I landscape. So a few rules I use to landscape is big tall plants in the back and to the sides. So as you can see, we have the little we have the tall bushes and the big hollyhocks on the side, and then big low-lying plants to the side also, but in the front. And then we have any flowers with color in the middle. So anything that brings like color to the eyes, I put in the middle of whatever I'm decorating. So those are just a few rules that I go by. Because I don't want the big plants in the way. And if you put the big plants in the front, then it covers the smaller plants, and there's no use in having the smaller plants. And that's why I use the big low-lying plants, my bad. I told you I didn't want to do this voiceover. I don't know who asked me to do a voiceover, but this is why I don't do them. I forget words. I've said like 50 times since I've started recording. And I'm so happy you guys deal with my mess, because I wouldn't. If I was watching this as somebody else, I would be like, dang, can she not talk? Is English not her first language? Which it is, by the way. Don't be smart. Oh, here's the pond. Okay, so I guess we do end up keeping the pond. Yeah, okay. And it still doesn't fit anything. Like, why would there be a pond? Oh no. Yeah, I'm watching this with y'all at this point. I don't remember what I did. It would be smart if I didn't put the pond though. And I didn't. You're smart, Cilla. Good job. Way to go. So we ended up taking the pond out and we made a little picnic area. Alright. There we go. Like I said, I'm just watching this with y'all at this point. I don't remember what I did. I don't remember. Because I build so fast. I don't think y'all understand. This build only took me like an hour and a half. So I don't even remember where my head was. I don't remember. Like, I zone out when I build. Because it's just so fast, you know? It's my go-to stress reliever. So whenever I'm stressed, I just listen to music and like zone out with Sims, and then this happens. This magic. So if I don't remember something, just bear with me, okay? Like I said, we're gonna watch it together. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna remember where my head was at that specific moment and why I chose some things that I chose. Oh, like this little bay window from Discovery University. That went so well, and I never really used that. I started using it lately. I think you see it in one of my other builds. It was a single mom house. And after I used it in a single mom house, I was like, dang, why haven't I used this before? You know, it worked very well for this house. I don't regret it at all. I think it's also the best window of this house. Like, everything else ties in together pretty fine, but there's something about that window that, like, I don't know, it gives it personality, if that makes sense. Oh, here we go back to the vines too in the back. If y'all didn't see it, we have to add vines everywhere. Now I'm just fixing the vines in the front because it was poking in through the wall. We don't want that. As much as I try to avoid it, sometimes it happens because I'm a sucker for vines. And now we're just getting the layout ready. I'm trying to see where everything goes. I'm sitting here like, how did I do this house? How am I going to do this house? How am I gonna make everything tie together? So I ended up putting the stairs against the wall because I really like that. I think it looks realistic to me, because like some of the houses that I've lived in, when you first come through the door, there's a staircase on the side by a wall. Like, sometimes it's splitting off from the rest of the house, sometimes it's against the wall that leads to the outside, which is what I've had. So that's really realistic to me, and putting the window in front of it looks really realistic to me. Sorry about the phone again. And then I think the layout for this house came by pretty fast. Like I know this isn't real time, but even for time for me, it takes me a while to find out layouts, and I end up redoing the layout like a million times before I'm satisfied with something. And I still am redoing it a little bit here, but for the most part, it was pretty easy. I already knew where I wanted the dining room to go, because for some reason I like dining rooms being like, I don't know, a very open place, if that makes sense. Like, I want it to be accessible from everywhere on the first floor. Like, you automatically know where to go when you first visit and you see a dining room. You'll be like, oh, you know, this is beautiful. It's a really open space. You know, it looks very welcoming. For some people, that's the living room. For me, it's the dining room, because I come from a family of 10. The dining room was a very talkative place, if that makes sense. I think I felt the most comfortable at dining room tables because we would all like share our days and stuff, and, you know, catch up with everybody, because it's really hard for two parents to ask every kid individually how everything's going at different times of the day and remember, you know. So my family used dinner time for the most part. So we would pray, and then we would just talk about what happened in our days, what stood out in our days, what our best part of the day was, what our least favorite part of the day was. And then we played like board games, card games afterwards. So dining room is my favorite. It is always going to be the most welcoming place. Even if I don't have a living room in my houses, because for some reason, when I make small houses, sometimes we cannot fit a living room or a dining room. I will still choose the dining room over the living room, I promise you. Unless we have an island, because then you can, you know, put stools in the island. But for the most part, I end up choosing the dining room. I think I did that in my 100 baby house. Somebody on my Instagram asked me to make a 100 baby house. Well, I was getting suggestions from people. Let me not say that they asked me to. I asked my followers what they wanted from me, and someone said small house, someone said tiny house, someone said single mom house. So I was like, you know what? With my smart brain, I'm going to try all of those at once. So I made it a tiny house. It ended up being a small house, which is under 100 tiles. I ended up making it a single mom house because it's for the 100 baby challenge, and I made it a 100 baby house. So, and in that house there is no living room. There's a dining room, and then there's a TV on one of the counters, and that's what we worked with. Well, not a counter. I think it was on a little table. It was on a little console. So, like I said, I will always choose the dining room. And here we are in the kitchen. I think the kitchen is my favorite part of this house because it's so big. It's so spacious. I love big kitchens, and I love big laundry rooms. Laundry rooms are so beautiful to me, and I love them so much. And I was trying to find out something to do differently with this kitchen because I didn't want it all to be the tiles from Parenthood. If you don't recognize the cabinets and the tiles, they're all from Parenthood. Everything in this kitchen is from Parenthood so far. But yeah, I wanted to tie the island in more. I didn't want it to take up most of the kitchen, so I was trying to make it more, I don't know, like it tied into the kitchen more, basically. I didn't want it to be too small either, so I was trying to extend it. Here's the guest bathroom. I'm bad with bathrooms, so we do basic stuff every time in every bathroom. If you see the camera doing that, like it switches to a different position really fast, it's because I was recording a stop motion, and those positions were still in place when I was doing this house. So sometimes I hit the wrong key when I was trying to size up something or size something down, and the camera would move by itself. So if you see that, just bear that in mind, please. It's not me being crazy or spastic. It's the camera, I promise. Sorry again about the phone. Now we're going into the bedrooms and the bathrooms. So if you notice in my houses, I don't furnish. If you guys want me to change that, and I will for some builds, but for the most part I don't furnish. So I do bathrooms and I do the layout to the houses. That's about it. But yeah, since this house is all coming together and y'all heard my little rant, thank you so much for tuning in with me in this house. Thank you for staying along on the ride if you're listening to this. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys are here for my build tomorrow. I'm so excited. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. And we're about to go into screenshots, so I'll leave you alone now. Everyone, take care. Bye.